Good evening, everyone. Welcome to CASA Empower, Educate, Eradicate, presented by CodeChef-VIT. We're your hosts for today. My name is Chase Montine.
And I'm Ram Krishna.
Let's talk about CASA. Amidst the challenges posed by substance abuse, we gather today under the banner of CASA, the campaign against substance abuse, to ignite a beacon of hope and change. This event stands as a testament to our collective resolve to combat substance abuse and its detrimental effects on individuals, families, and communities. With unwavering dedication, we aim to raise awareness, foster understanding, and pave the way towards a healthier, substance free society. Through education, advocacy, and community engagement, we strive to empower individuals to make informed choices and support those affected by substance abuse. Joining hands in solidarity, we embark on the journey to break the chains of addiction, erase stigmas, and cultivate a culture of compassion and support. Each of us plays a vital role in cultivating a culture of empowerment and care, where each and every individual can thrive without the shadow of substance abuse looming over their lives. Thank you for being a part of this pivotal moment. Let's start with understanding the nature of substances. The diverse effects of chemical compounds on the human body is essential, as their properties and physiological impacts vary significantly. While many compounds serve beneficial purposes, some fall under the classification of controlled substances due to the potential for misuse and subsequent legal regulation. The term abuse encompasses a broad spectrum of behaviors related to substances. It extends beyond prescribed or intended use and includes any harmful, excessive, or non prescribed utilization. This could involve taking substances in excessive quantities, improper combinations, or using them in ways not intended by healthcare professionals. Navigating substance use safely requires a foundation of responsible and informed practices. This involves a thorough understanding of dosage, potency, and potential side effects associated with each substance. It is crucial to comprehend the risks involved and make informed decisions regarding their usage. Regular monitoring of one's usage patterns is a key preventive measure against dependency or addiction. Being vigilant about consumption habits allows individuals to detect any concerning patterns early on and take effective actions. Seeking professional guidance is paramount. Consulting healthcare professionals or substance abuse counselors can provide valuable insights, guidance, and support in managing substance abuse, reducing risks, and addressing potential issues promptly. Education about substances is empowering. Acquiring knowledge about the effects, risks, and legal considerations associated with various compounds aids in making informed decisions. This knowledge fosters respect for legal boundaries, thereby minimizing health hazards and potential legal consequences. Supportive networks play a vital role in promoting healthier usage habits. Engaging with supportive communities, whether they involve friends, family, support groups, or professional networks, offers encouragement, guidance, and accountability in maintaining responsible substance use practices. A comprehensive and balanced approach to substance use involves acknowledging the potential benefits and risks of each compound. Emphasizing responsible, informed, and mindful consumption contributes to safer usage habits, reducing the likelihood of adverse health effects and legal complications. Next, let's talk about some statistics. The prevalence of drug abuse, according to the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment survey, India has an estimated 2.8 crore drug users. This includes both opioid and cannabis users. The National Survey on Extent and Pattern Substance Use in India, empowered by Ministry of Social Justice, and revealed that the drug abuse affects a significant portion of the younger population. A substantial percentage of drug users were reported in the age group 18 to 35 years old. Commonly abused substances include marijuana, hashish, opioids including heroin, and pharmaceutical drugs are among the most commonly used substances in India. Additionally, alcohol abuse is prevalent across various demographics. Drug abuse patterns vary across different regions of India. Certain states and areas have reported a higher prevalence rate of substance abuse as compared to others. For example, the states of Punjab, Manipur, and Mizoram have reported relatively high rates of drug addiction. The impact on health and society is of utmost importance. Substance abuse poses significant health risks, including physical health complications, mental health disorders, and increased vulnerability to infectious diseases such as HIV. Moreover, drug abuse contributes to social issues, including crime rates, unemployment, and strained family relationships. With respect to the reasons for continuation and quitting, there were mixed responses among the urban and rural users. The urban users stated easy availability as the most frequent reason for continuation, whereas relief for tension was reported by the rural users. The other reasons for quitting, such as acceptance by peers, moral sense, and the fear of health problems, remained common among all respondents.
Okay, guys, so now I'll be continuing the rest of the PPT. So, without wasting any more time, let's move ahead. Today, we will be delving into the intricate relationship between drug addiction and the brain. Let's unfold the layers of compulsive drug seeking, the impact on the brain's reward system, and the role of genetic factors in addiction susceptibility. Coming to the first point, which is compulsive drug seeking and consequences. A core of characteristic addiction is the relentless pursuit of drugs despite negative outcomes. This happens because the brain's reward system becomes unbalanced, favoring drug seeking over essential life activities. This misalignment leads to a cascade of problems affecting relationships, careers, and mental and physical health. Second point is the brain's reward system. To comprehend addiction, we need to understand the brain's reward system. In a healthy state, this system reinforces positive behaviors with a sense of reward and pleasure. However, drugs disrupt this balance. They artificially boost neurotransmitters like dopamine, creating a positive link between drug use and intense pleasure. This link compels individuals to seek the substance compulsively, contributing to the cycle of addiction. The third point is genetic factors and addiction to susceptibility. Moving beyond biology, genetics add another layer to addiction susceptibility. Scientific research highlights an individual's genetic makeup can heighten the risk of addiction. Certain people may be at a higher inherent risk due to the unique genetic code. These genetic variations influence how the brain reacts to drugs, affecting both sensitivity to pleasure and the ability to control impulses. To, in simpler terms, our genes act as a unique script for each person, influencing the likelihood of falling into addiction. Some, due to their genetic makeup, have a higher risk. These genetic differences impact how our brain responds to drugs, influencing our sensitivity to pleasure and our ability to control impulses. Essentially, our genetics play a huge role in making some individuals more susceptible to addiction. To sum up, the interplay between drug addiction and the brain involves a complex dance of compulsive behavior, reward systems, and genetic predispositions. Understanding these elements is crucial for developing effective interventions and support systems. Student drug and alcohol awareness. In this, I'll be covering the first two points together because they are a lot interrelated to each other. So, in our mission to equip students for informed decision making on drug and alcohol use, we must address a range of consequences. Health risk, apart from impaired judgment to a long-term mental health issues, underscore the importance of is under, underscore the importance of responsible choices. Academic performance suffers with substance abuse impacting focus and cognitive abilities. Legal implications, including arrests and future limitations, emphasize the need for awareness. Socially, strained relationships and isolation are also its common outcomes. Moving to the third point, resisting peer pressure requires strategies, and recognizing trigger necessitates coping mechanism. Accessible resources like counseling and helping offer crucial support. Framing addiction as a disease induces stigma, encourages students to seek help. Po- Positive alternatives, parental involvement, and understanding laws further enrich the decision making toolkit. Through interactive scenarios, we empower a student to navigate real world situations, fostering a responsible and healthy lifestyle. Okay, so now we will be discussing on how our brain reacts to opioids. So, understanding this connection is crucial for grasping the profound effects that opioid use can have on the brain and consequently on individuals' life. Though this topic is too much of a biological thing, I won't be using complex biological terms, so it will be kinda easy to follow on. Opioid binding and pain reduction. Firstly, opioids operate by binding to specific receptors in the brain and central nervous system. This binding action has a dual effect. It reduces the perception of pain and induces a sense of euphoria. Why? This that is why these opioids are often prescribed as for pain management. However, However, it's important to note that this euphoric feeling is a double-edged sword. It can contribute to the addictive nature of these substances. As opioid use persists over time, it initiates changes in the brain's structure and function. These alterations are not merely temporary, they also become more entrenched, making it increasingly difficult for individuals to discontinue opioid use. The brain adapts to the presence of opioids, leading to rewiring of neutral pathways. These adaptations contribute to the development of tolerance, where higher doses are needed to achieve the same effects, and dependence, where the absence of opioid triggers withdrawal symptoms. There are many challenges a individual face when they stop using opioid. The structural and functional changes induced by prolonged opioid use create formidable challenges for individuals attempting to stop. The brain becomes accustomed to the presence of opioids and withdrawal symptoms during that ensure during the attempts to quit can be overwhelming. This combination of physical and psychological factors underscores the grip that opioids can have on individuals, illustrating why breaking free from opioid dependence is often an arduous journey.
Next, let's talk about navigating drug tolerance. Drug tolerance refers to the body's decreased responsiveness to a particular substance over time, requiring higher doses to achieve the same effect initially experienced with a lower dose. This phenomenon develops as the body adapts to the presence of the drug, leading to a reduction in its efficacy. Various factors contribute to tolerance, such as changes in receptor sensitivity or alterations in drug metabolism pathways. In medical contexts, tolerance can pose challenges to effective treatment. Patients may require higher dosage of medications to achieve the desired therapeutic effects, which can complicate dosage management and potentially increase the risk of adverse reactions or side effects. Clinicians must be careful to monitor patients with tolerance issues, adjusting dosages cautiously to maintain treatment efficiency while minimizing the potential risks. While tolerance might diminish upon discontinuation of the drug, it can persist for an extended period in some cases. This persistence underscores the need for careful consideration and monitoring while managing patients with a history of tolerance to certain medications. Moreover, tolerance can lead to the increased drug consumption in individuals seeking the desired effects. This heightened intake significantly raises the risk of overdose, particularly when individuals push the dosage limits to overcome tolerance. It is crucial to note that attempting to counter tolerance by taking excessively high doses can pose severe health risks. Engaging in risky behavior may lead to choking on vomit, which is a genuine threat during drug use, emphasizing the importance of safe practices and seeking immediate medical assistance if someone is intoxicated. If you have watched Breaking Bad and ever end up in a situation like this, try not to pull a Walter White because choking on your own vomit is an actual threat. What you need to do is place the person on their side, bend their knees as in the fetal position, and rest their head on the top of their arm closest to the floor. This can help prevent asphyxiation from vomiting. This position aids in maintaining an open airway and preventing suffocation due to aspiration of vomit into the airways. These steps can be crucial in providing immediate aid until medical help arrives. Next, let's talk about withdrawal. In the realm of drugs, it encompasses a wide spectrum, ranging from everyday substances like aspirin and caffeine to more potent and illicit compounds with hallucinogenic properties. Recognizing this diversity is fundamental in any conversation about drug usage and potential abuse. One critical aspect to consider is that an abrupt halt in drug intake can prompt the onset of withdrawal symptoms, often in contrast to the intended effects of the drug. These symptoms signal the establishment of physical dependency, a consequence of the brain's adaptation following exposure to these substances. This adaptive process modifies binding sites in the brain. For instance, in cases involving substances like nicotine, it can lead to emergence of withdrawal symptoms. These intricate mechanisms contribute to the development of tolerance and dependence, highlighting the complex interplay between drug exposure, brain adaptation, and subsequent physiological responses. Understanding these complexities is pivotal in comprehending the multifaceted nature of drug dependence and its implications for overall health and well-being. The presence of withdrawal symptoms when drug use is halted underscores the body's adaptation to the consistent presence of certain substances. This adaptation can result in the changes within the brain's chemistry and function, leading to an increased tolerance to the drug's effects and a subsequent need for higher doses to achieve the same results. Moreover, the development of dependence can generate intense cravings and adverse physical reactions when the drug is not available, thus creating a cycle that reinforces continued drug use and dependency. Recognizing these complexities emphasizes the necessity for comprehensive approaches to address the drug dependence, encompassing not only treatment of physical aspects but also physiological and social support. Strategies involving gradual reduction of drug intake, medical interventions to manage withdrawal symptoms, and behavioral therapies aimed at addressing underlying causes are crucial components in managing drug dependence, and also promoting healthier outcomes for individuals affected by substance use and disorders. Here are some symptoms experienced during drug withdrawal. They can vary widely based on the specific substance use, the duration, and the frequency of use, individual differences, and other factors. Here are the general categories of symptoms seen during withdrawal. Physical symptoms include nausea, headaches, tremors, muscle aches, changes in appetite, increased or decreased hunger, insomnia, palpitations, and fatigue or low energy levels. Physiological symptoms include changes in the body temperature, increased blood pressure, hormonal fluctuations, gastrointestinal disturbances such as diarrhea or abdominal pain, and seizures in severe cases. Behavioral symptoms encompass emotional and mental changes that may manifest during withdrawal. These include anxiety or panic attacks, irritability, depression, agitation, restlessness, poor concentration, cognitive difficulties, intense drug cravings, hallucinations, and many more. It is important to note that the severity and duration of withdrawal symptoms can vary significantly, depending on the substance and the individual's physical and mental health. Some withdrawals may be mild and manageable, while the others may be severe and potentially even life-threatening. Seeking medical assistance or professional guidance during withdrawal is often recommended to ensure safety and to manage symptoms effectively. Treatment and support during this phase is also significantly important to improve the likelihood of a successful recovery. Next, we'll talk about the preventing substance misuse. Comprehensive education and awareness. Effective prevention of substance misuse begins with comprehensive education and awareness campaigns. These initiatives should encompass detailed information about the risks and consequences associated with the drug and alcohol abuse. Educating individuals across various settings such as schools, workplaces, and communities should include discussions on physiological, psychological, and social impacts of the substance misuse. The aim is to empower individuals with the knowledge needed to make informed decisions regarding substance use. Timely intervention and support services. Timely intervention plays a crucial role in preventing substance use from escalating. Establishing easily accessible support services such as counseling centers, helplines, and community outreach programs is essential. These resources create a safe place for individuals to seek help at the early stages of substance use concerns. Providing guidance and support during these initial phases helps in preventing the progression of the substance misuse into more severe issues. Next, building strong community support networks. This is vital in preventing substance misuse. Collaborative efforts involve community organizations, healthcare providers, law enforcement, schools, and local governments. These partnerships facilitate the creation of supportive environments that reduce the stigma around seeking help and encourage individuals to access available resources for prevention and recovery. Customized interventions addressing the unique challenges of different demographics are crucial. Tailoring support services to specific groups such as adolescents facing peer pressure or even adults dealing with mental health issues enhances the relevance and effectiveness of prevention strategies. Understanding the diverse needs of various populations allows for the development of targeted interventions that resonate with the specific groups and increase the likelihood of positive outcomes in preventing substance misuse. Lastly, utilizing technology and digital platforms for prevention efforts can be highly effective. Online resources, mobile apps, and digital interventions tailored to educate, support, and engage individuals in substance abuse prevention and recovery initiatives can reach diverse populations, especially younger demographics, in a format that resonates with them. Incorporating technology into our prevention strategies increases the accessibility and engagement in preventive measures.
Fine, guys. So I'll be continuing from this part. Now, we will explore the practical strategies that form a roadmap for individuals on the journey to recovery. It's not about imposing a rigid plan, but providing a flexible guide to navigate the challenges of overcoming drug abuse. The first step in our roadmap is to commence treatment. This does not mean a one size fits all approach. It's about recognizing that seeking professional help and finding a treatment plan that aligns with an individual's need is a critical starting point. It's an acknowledgement that reaching out for support is a strength and not a weakness. Second point is to avoid relapse. Moving forward, avoiding relapse is a key milestone. We understand that setbacks can happen, but these steps emphasizes the importance of building resilience. It's about learning from experiences, identifying triggers, and developing coping mechanisms to navigate the challenges that may tempt a return to substance abuse. Third point is about managing withdrawal symptoms. Managing withdrawal symptoms is a crucial aspect for this journey. This isn't just about enduring discomfort, but finding effective strategies to cope. It involves working closely with healthcare professionals to develop a plan that mitigates symptoms and supports the individual during this challenging phase. Fourth, and the most important point, is to educate yourself. Education is a power of this journey. It's not about theoretical knowledge, but understanding one's own triggers, patterns, and vulnerabilities. Education empowers individuals to make informed decisions about their recovery, fostering a sense of control and autonomy. Fifth point is to maintain realistic expectations. As we progress, maintaining realistic expectations becomes essential. Recovery is a process, it's not an event. It's about setting an achievable goals, acknowledging progress, and understanding that setbacks are part of this journey. Realism is a cornerstone of resilience. Last point will be to stay patient and persistent. Being patient and persistent is the overarching theme. Recovery isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. It involves celebrating small victories, acknowledging challenges, and persisting even when the path seems challenging. Patience and persistence are the bedrock of resilience in the face of adversity. Concludingly, this roadmap to resilience isn't drug abuse, isn't okay. So, concludingly, our roadmap to resilience against drug abuse isn't a strict itinerary, but a flexible guide. It can vary from person to person. Commencing treatment, avoiding relapse, managing withdrawal symptoms, educating oneself, and many more collectively pave the way for a resilient journey to recovery. Okay, so now we'll talk about a famous celebrity. Most of you will be knowing about him. He's Matthew Perry, of course. Or if you don't know about that person, then you might be knowing about Chandler Bing. And if you even don't know about him, then basically Matthew Perry, who is best known for his role as Chandler Bing, is in the hit sitcom Friends, is an American Canadian actor, comedian, screenwriter, and an executive producer. This iconic show became a hit with the audience for all ages, grossing over $1 billion annually in syndication, with each of the six lead actors receiving $1 million per episode by the ninth and 10th season. However, Perry's success wasn't tainted by his struggles. However, Perry's success was tainted by his struggles with substance abuse, with the actor admitting to not remembering 3 years of his show due to his addiction. His addiction began with alcoholism, but he became dependent on prescription painkillers after a jet ski accident in 1997. Despite multiple stints in rehab and hospitalizations, his addiction persisted with him, consuming a quart of vodka and pills every day. However, he eventually managed to get clean and has since used these experiences to help others struggling with addiction. So why this slide in this CASA event? Because it's a very big thing. Most of the people usually do drugs when they don't have anything or when they are very sad in their life. But you should know that even if people are rich, they are still falling for this trap. So it can happen to anyone and anybody. His journey teaches us that success does not immunize against personal struggles, highlighting the hidden challenges behind fame. His progression from alcoholism to prescription painkillers emphasizes the persuasive nature of addiction. Perry's resilience in seeking help and eventual recovery underscores the power of support systems. Finally, his post recovery advocacy reduces stigma and promotes empathy, showing the transformative impact of personal experiences. So, I'll be taking a quote from him, which is: a lot of people think that addiction is a choice. A lot of people think it's a matter of will. That has not been my experience. And I don't find it to have anything to do with my strength, said the guy himself. So, his journey teaches us that success does not immunize against personal struggles, and his resilience in seeking help and eventual recovery underscore the power of support systems. So, if you have any questions, so you can ask us.
Guys, any questions? No, you cannot sniff baby powder.
Hmm.
Okay, so about prescribed drugs, as you mentioned at the start, you can take whatever is prescribed to you. Just an overdose of drugs when what is prescribed is exceeded is not safe or healthy for you. How to prevent from giving into drugs while in relapse. So for relapse, you have to first identify triggers, like recognize situations, emotions, or events that trigger the urge to use drugs and prevent those from happening. You have to avoid temptations, like environments and situations where drugs are accessible to you. This can involve changing your routine or having a different friend group. And basically, stay mindful about the present. Practice meditation techniques to stay in the present and aware of your thoughts and feelings,
Seeking
and recognize
professional
the
help is
triggers.
recommended for most. Like they are a specialist, so they know how to treat people because they have already treated thousands of people. So seeking professional help is one of the important thing which you can do. Yeah, there are some prescribed drugs that are addictive, and okay, so all these prescribed drugs can be taken if doctor is advising you to do, but after some point of time, if you are still taking, then you should know that you are getting addicted in all those things, and that is not required. For sometimes these drugs can be helpful and can be treated as medicines, but after that it won't be helpful for your body, but it can even deteriorate your health.
So there is a helpline number. It's 1-800-11-0031 for India. If your friend is in into drugs, you have to first listen actively, just try to create a safe space for them, try not to target them or attack them for it. You have to be
Try to
available for
educate
them,
them.
uh, tell them to get professional help if they haven't already, therapists, counselors, addiction specialists, they can provide
First you
lots of
have to make them,
guidance.
yeah, sorry, first you have to make them realize how it is affecting their lifestyle and relationships and everything, and then you have to emphasize on those points and ask them to seek for help or contact about this with their family and everything.
What about mental state of addict if they stop drugs? So it can get to an extreme level. They can experience withdrawal symptoms, emotional challenges, but it's crucial to emphasize that these experiences can vary among individuals and assist them by giving them mental health care, talking to them, encouraging to join support groups, or even in college, if anyone is into drugs, they have to improve their mental well being and talk to people mainly.
How to deal with the withdrawal symptoms? So basically, it's really tough to deal with all those things alone if you're trying to do something alone. So try to get around people who are also who are also having the same goal. Try to reach out for support groups or even the places you are going for medical help and everything. They will help you with it.
Uh, what if they refuse and respond violently? Firstly, prioritize your own safety, try not to engage in violence with them, avoid confrontation for a while, let them calm down, and then again, after they calm down, you just have to talk to them, listen actively, just be a good listener, be a good friend, and taking care of yourself in that situation, try not to get harmed or harm the person instead.
The age which is most vulnerable to these kind of addictions are mostly teenagers because they are trying to explore many different things which are there in life, and they might get exposed to one of the wrong things. So at that age they have to be very strict about it.
Talking about the stages of an addiction, first is initial use when they try to start experimenting with substances, just starting out of curiosity because your friends are doing it. But then after a point, it becomes regular use or habitual, and it becomes a routine, and they start to feel psychological need for the substance. And then after that, it becomes a problematic use, and you develop a dependence to them, and you develop a craving towards them. Lastly, it becomes an addiction, and the person continues to use it despite negative consequences, and becomes the primary focus in their life. And they may neglect health, mental and physical health care, just to just because of the addiction to those drugs.
And throughout this series of stages, people try to start justifying the act of doing these drugs and alcoholism. So these are the things which basically an individual face. So any other question, guys, or should we wrap up? Okay, then we'll move forward. So, in closing, I urge each of you to embrace a perspective of empathy and understanding when it comes to addiction. It's not merely a matter of choice or willpower, but a nuanced struggle that demands our collective compassion. Let us stand united in support, breaking free from the stigma and fostering an environment where those grappling with addiction find solace and encouragement. Thank you for your time, your open minds, and your commitment to fostering positive change in the lives of individuals facing these challenges. Together, we can make a difference.
Thank you, everyone. This QR is to be scanned only by the AXE students to mark your attendance for today's session. Ram, can you upload the form link in chat?
Yeah, sure.
No, non-EXE students do not have to fill anything. This is just for the EXE students.